Hi there, and thank you for joining me for creating ease with breath-focused meditation. Before we get started, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tani Sanabria, and I'm a practitioner of meditation, and I'm a human potential coach, which simply means that I help people grow. I believe that meditation is an essential part of this growth, but it doesn't need to be complicated. I actually feel like the simpler and the easier that we can put it into our day, the better for us anyway. We want to make sure also that we don't have a lot of performance anxiety around it. I often hear from my clients that they're concerned about not being able to, do it right. And there's nothing really to do right about it, except that it's just a practice. It's a practice of continuing to come back to our breath, or come back to the focal point with which we've decided we're going to utilize, which doesn't have to be anything at all, actually. But it's a coming back to the present, as opposed to getting sort of trapped in the ruminating or the thoughts that sort of pop into the brain. So I just wanted to say something little about that before we get started. And this meditation is intended for us to be able to use really throughout at any time during our day. It could be in the car before you go into work. It could be right after breakfast. It could be after a workout or prior to a workout. It's really going to be only about 5 to 7 minutes long, so not long at all. So let's go ahead and get started. To get started, all we need is a place to sit if we'd like to sit. Sometimes a chair is nice that has a comfortable back for you to kind of help with some support. Sometimes just a cushion or a bolster to sit on, cross-legged. That's quite comfortable for many folks too. And sometimes it's more comfortable for us to lay down, and that's fine too. Although you need to have a place to be able to have that ability to do. So thinking about a location and thinking about a posture that you'd like to take before we get started. And as you feel ready, go ahead and begin to close your eyes if that's comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you can just merely sort of gaze ahead approximately, 6 feet in front of you on the floor, or at some kind of focal point in front of you. But you're just going to start to relax those eyelids a little bit. Just breathing how you normally would. And then beginning to let the shoulders be heavy, allowing the elbows to be heavy. Letting the eyes begin to relax. Perhaps placing the tip of your tongue at the top, right behind the 2 top front teeth. And just bringing your awareness into your body. Noticing anything about it. Perhaps there's some stiffness somewhere. Perhaps there's some tightness. Perhaps there's a lightness. Just beginning to notice what your body feels like without judgment. We're not analyzing anything, trying to change anything, nothing of that sort. Just beginning to notice. Notice your breath. Do you feel it more on the fill up, on the inhale? Do you feel it more in the lungs or the belly? Again, we're not trying to judge it, just trying to notice. Softening the face. And then on that next inhale, as you feel comfortable, go ahead and begin to bring that inhale into the belly without forcing it. So just simply, gently drawing it into the belly on that inhale. feeling that belly expand. And then allowing that belly to settle on the exhale. Perhaps drawing the navel towards the spine, but not with any force or pressure. Just continuing to take a few more breaths just like that. Inhaling through the nose, drawing that breath all the way into the belly. And allowing the belly to settle on that exhale. So again, not forcing anything, but just keeping your mind focused on this rising of the belly on the inhale and settling of the belly on the exhale. And with this, just perhaps even noticing what your body feels like as you do this. Again, not judging or analyzing anything or drawing any conclusions. Drawing in a few more breaths just like that. And as you notice your thoughts, paying attention to the thoughts that are rolling through the mind at this point, just bring yourself back to your breath in your belly. It's in the bringing back where we experience the most significant practice. We notice the thoughts float in. And it's the coming back to the breath, coming back to the body that allows us to practice really what meditation is about. Thinking about those thoughts as leaves in a stream. They're just floating by. We notice that they're coming in through the brain because the brain wants to think. That's what it does. Lots of thoughts coming in through the brain. Some important ones, some not. So we use meditation just to bring ourselves back to our body, as opposed to being caught up in all the different thoughts that the brain has for us in the day. It's sort of like giving ourselves just a break, giving the brain a break. And while doing so, we're also tuning into the body. So let's just take 2 more rounds of breath just like that, drawing the breath through the nostrils and in and down into the belly. Letting that belly ease up on that exhale, nice and relaxed. And then as you feel comfortable, begin to just bring yourself back into the room, perhaps opening and shutting your eyes a little bit. And then opening the eyes back up. And just noticing what's happening for you. Again, this isn't intended to be sort of life-altering. The practice can be life-altering. A 5 or a 10-minute or a 1-minute meditation practice is just more about giving space for the brain. Essentially, it's like taking a shower or something. We do that daily, and we don't expect any sort of earth-shattering result from that. But we do feel a sense of we sometimes feel invigorated. We're ready for our day. Meditation can offer a similar sort of feel with practice. And again, if you find yourself thinking, "Wow, I'm just not very good at this," that's going to be a great indicator for you that you definitely could benefit from some practice. Because again, it's not about the doing good of it or being good at it. It's not about a performance. It's about giving the brain a break, getting back into that body, and treating ourselves in beneficial ways. And this is one of those ways that are so important if we want to expand and grow and feel better and take care of ourselves. So I hope for you a great day, and stay tuned. I will chat with you next time.